The news at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State government to sanction fake materials testing agents. Nigerian Bar Association issues 7 days ultimatum to Inspector General of Police to stop registration of Central Motor Information System certificates. On the foreign scene, Federal Bureau of Investigation identifies suspects of assassination attempt at former President Donald Trump's electoral rally. And in sport, Super Eagles midfielder Wilfred Ndidi reveals reasons for signing new Leicester City contract. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The General Manager of the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory Agency, LSMTL, Olayinka Abdul, says that stiffer measures will be meted out to agents in the rebranding process of testing building materials in Lagos State. Speaking at a meeting with some consultants on malpractices identified in conducting extant rules against the agency, Abdul stated that the LSMTL will not back down on ensuring compliance with guidelines for building safety in Lagos State. Abdul informed that for seamless service devoid of sharp practices, all consultants affiliated to LSMTL in serving notices for material testing on projects will be listed on the official website for feasibility and credibility in restoring confidence of professionalism to prospective clientele. She averred that the upcoming overhauling process by the agency will include the use of an electronic geographic information system to sort operational modes of testing building materials to curb discrepancies orchestrated by saboteurs, as consultants will work through designated codes and zones to fill the agency's operational space. Abdul reiterated that in fulfilling the mandate of the Lagos State government's Themes Plus agenda, stakeholders in the riverine communities of Lagos State should be wary of using soil materials in such geographical areas, as they have salt constituents that erode and weaken the steel capacity used in construction processes. Traditional rulers in Lagos State have reiterated their commitment to continuously support the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in the developmental agenda of Lagos State and in making Lagos State a 21st century economy. They made the pledge at a 3-day retreat for traditional rulers organized by the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development held recently in Lagos. The traditional rulers who affirmed their support for the present administration also appealed that the state government should continue to involve traditional rulers in governance. Chairman, House Committee on Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Sonny Okonlawo, reiterated the key roles traditional rulers play in governance in ensuring peaceful coexistence and harmonious relationships amongst diverse people residing in their domains. Earlier, the Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Bolaji Robert, thanked the Governor for his inclusive policy, which has allowed traditional rulers to contribute to the development of the state through their wisdom and rich experience. The Permanent Secretary, Kikelomo Bolariwa, also applauded the unrelenting efforts of the Governor in prioritizing traditional institutions in the state, which has engendered ease in the discharge of their roles as traditional rulers. As part of efforts to increase public awareness about the ravaging cholera disease, the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN Ekwe branch, with the support of the Ekwe Local Government Council, has held a market sanitation exercise at Oluwo and Ekwe-Iru Ayetoro markets. The chairman of Ekwe Local Government, Sura Animasham, seized the opportunity of the market sanitation exercise to emphasize the importance of maintaining a clean environment to safeguard public health among residents of the council. Animasham said the active involvement of the youth of Ekwe and the support from the local government highlights the power of community collaboration. Also, the coordinator of NYCN Ekwe, Moibi Ibrahim, expressed his heartfelt gratitude to the members of the Youth Council for their hard work and dedication. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Mr. Umar Mohammed as the new Director General of the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, Mr. Tosin Adeyanju as the new Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund, and Mr. Silas Agara as the new Director General of the National Directorate of Employment. President Tinubu also appointed new leadership for the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC, National Agricultural Land Development Authority, NALDA, and the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT. Other agencies include the National Agency for the Great Green Wall, NAGGW, the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, NHSA, among others. The Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, made this known in separate statements, noting that the appointments take immediate effect. Tinubu appointed Ms. Omolola Bridget Olowo Rano as the new Director General of the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, Mr. Jobson Iwalefo as the new Director General of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, ICRC, and for NALDA, Mr. Cornelius Oluwasegun Adebayo as the new Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer for NALDA. The statement also stated that President Tinubu appointed Dr. Minasara Umar Kogo as the Chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT, among other appointees. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigeria Bar Association section on public interest has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to stop the directive requiring vehicle owners to register and obtain a Central Motor Information System CMRIS certificate for a fee of not less than 6,000 naira. NBA Spidel questioned the legal basis for the Nigeria Police Force's issuance of the CMRIS certificates, stating that no law had granted the police the authority to issue such licenses or certificates to vehicle owners following vehicle registration at the appropriate offices. It called on the Inspector General of Police to issue a directive stopping the police nationwide and the shutdown of the registration website and physical registration centers, with refunds to be made to those who had already paid. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, had earlier ordered the enforcement of the digitalized Central Motor Registry by July 29, 2024. This, according to him, is to modernize and digitize the motor vehicle registration system, bolstering the nation's safety and security framework. Egbetokun said the ECMR system will make services like change of ownership, license number, engine and chassis bodies seamless, ensuring vehicle genuineness, aiding in tracking and recovery of stolen vehicles and preventing the sale of stolen vehicles to innocent buyers. The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Association, Afenifere, has expressed diverse concerns over the Supreme Court judgment that granted total financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. The court further declared that a state government has no power to appoint a caretaker committee, adding that a local government council is only recognizable with a democratically elected government. Meanwhile, Afenifere, in a statement by the National Public Secretary, Ayo Adebanjo, and Justice Faloye, described the Apex Court's judgment as a mere judicial conspiracy. It will recall that the Supreme Court had declared that it is unconstitutional for state governors to hold funds allocated for local government administration. The Plateau State government has declared 3 days of mourning for lives lost in the Saint Academy School building collapse on Friday. No fewer than 22 lives were lost and injuries were sustained by several teachers and students of the school located in Busa Buji, Jos local government area of the state, when the school building caved in while class was on. In response to the tragic loss of lives and several injuries sustained, the government ordered that all flags within the state be flown at half-mast during the three-day mourning, which starts from July 13 to July 15, in honor of the school building collapse victims. Governor Caleb Mufwang, who visited the school, extended his heartfelt condolences to families affected by the devastating incident and urged citizens to strictly follow building codes and ethics to prevent such tragedies. Mufwang emphasized the need for all developers and property owners to submit their building plans to the Jos Metropolitan Development Board for verification and revalidation as part of the enforcement of Executive Order 003. Now to foreign news. The man suspected of shooting at former United States President Donald Trump has been named by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, as Thomas Matthew Crooks. According to FBI, he was 20 years old and from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Trump was shot at during a rally in Pennsylvania, with Secret Service agents swarming the former president after a series of gunshots. He was quickly bundled off stage and into a waiting vehicle and has since returned home to New Jersey. The FBI added that they are treating the incident as an assassination attempt. In our sport, Nigerian midfielder Wilfred Ndidi says he decided to sign a new contract with Leicester City after talks with manager Steve Cooper. Ndidi was a free agent after his previous contract with the former Premier League champions expired at the end of last month. The Nigerian international penned a new 3-year contract with the Foxes to put an end to speculations surrounding his future. The 27-year-old revealed that Cooper played a key role in his decision to extend his stay at Leicester City. He arrived Leicester City from Belgian Pro League outfit KRC Genk in January 2017. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 450,000 pupils with e-learning devices? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. So in the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The General Manager of the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory Agency, LSCML, Olayinka Abdul, says stiffer measures will be meted out to agents in the rebranding process of testing building materials in Lagos State. The Nigeria Bar Association section on public interest has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Inspector General of Police, Dele Agadumo, to stop the directive requiring vehicle owners to register and obtain a Central Motor Information System certificate for a fee of not less than 6,000 naira. Also told you that the man suspected of shooting at former United States President Donald Trump has been named by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, as Thomas Matthew Crooks. And in sport, Nigeria's midfielder Wilfred Ndidi says he decided to sign a new contract with Leicester City after talks with manager Steve Cooper. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Dele Agadumo.